Hi everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to this video. So today we are going to discuss another important topic under ARD Simplified Series, and the topic for today's video is plant nutrients. Again, a very important topic for your exam because we have seen multiple questions that were there in the examination from this topic, right? So first I'm going to tell you what were those questions, and then we are going to discuss about plant nutrients, and again at the end we'll try to solve those questions, right? So let's start by first seeing what were the questions in the examination that was there from this topic. So first question is, which of the following is our major nutrient? So this question was asked to you in NABARD Grade A Phase 1 2018 examination. ठीक है, 2018 में ये पूछा गया था. Next question is again from Phase 1 2018 NABARD Grade A exam. So question was, which element is a basic component of proteins and impart green color to the plants? ठीक है. Next question was asked in your Phase 2 of 2018 examination, and the question was, which of the following nutrient is useful for thickening of cell wall? ठीक है, and this is a question for, this is a Phase 2 question. चलो, next question is, which of the following is a macronutrient? And this question was asked in NABARD Grade A Phase 2 2019 examination. ठीक है, you can see multiple questions are there from this particular topic, and this recently in 2024 examination this particular question was there, that what is the role of calcium in plant life cycle, right? So you have given three options: structure, stability of cell membrane, neutralize organic acid, constitute of chlorophyll. So these were three statement givens, and you have to find out the role of calcium in plant life cycle. Now students, in order to answer all these questions, we have to understand few things. We have to understand first what are different plant nutrients, their classification, and their role in plant, right? So all these things we will be understanding in this particular lecture. So first let's understand by understanding essentiality of plant nutrient. Basically, what does I mean by essentiality of plant nutrient? Basically is like which nutrients are essential for plant, how we will determine which nutrients are essential for plant, right? So there are some criteria given by Anand and Stout, right? So initially Anand and Stout worked for essentiality of plant nutrient, means they worked out that which nutrient are essential for plant, and later on Anand in 1952 again proposed the criteria of essentiality of mineral for plants, right? So basically there were few categories or few criteria given. If any particular nutrient fall in these criteria, then that nutrient will be called as essential plant nutrient. ठीक है? And what were those criteria? So students, the first criteria is deficiency of element result in failure of complete life cycle of plant. Means if any particular nutrient is deficient, is found deficient in plant, so plant will not be able to complete life cycle, right? If there is such nutrient, that will be considered as essential nutrient. Also, the second criteria was the deficiency of one element cannot be corrected by supplying any other element. Means if there is a deficiency of nitrogen in plant, so we cannot correct nitrogen. If we cannot correct the nitrogen deficiency by applying any other element, again nitrogen is then that nitrogen or that element will become important for plant, right? Next is the element must be directly involved in the nutrition and metabolism of plant. So any element which is directly involved in nutrition and metabolism of plant, that will be considered as essential. And any particular nutrient following in the category of these three criteria will be considered as essential plant nutrient. Clear? I hope now it's clear what is essentiality of plant nutrient. Essentiality, first of all you have to learn essentiality of plant nutrient was given by Anand and Stout. ठीक है, Anand and Stout ने essentiality of plant nutrient ने दिया था. Initially Anand and Stout they both worked on it, later on it was reworked by Anand. ठीक है. अब ये essentiality of plant nutrient क्या है? Basically it gives us criteria कि किस क्राइटेरिया के बेस पे हम बोलेंगे कि कोई पर्टिकुलर न्यूट्रिएंट इंपॉर्टेंट या एसेंशियल है प्लांट के लिए. सो तीन क्राइटेरिया है. पहला क्राइटेरिया है कि अगर किसी न्यूट्रिएंट की डेफिशिएंसी result in failure of life cycle of plant, then that nutrient will be considered as essential. नेक्स्ट क्राइटेरिया इज कि उस न्यूट्रिएंट की डेफिशिएंसी से, means if that nutrient is found deficient, we cannot we cannot correct it by supplying any other nutrient. ठीक है. And third criteria is that it should be directly involved in nutrition and metabolism of plant. So कोई particular mineral, कोई particular nutrient which fit in these three criteria will be considered as essential plant nutrient. ठीक है. For example, let's take the example of nitrogen for say, or phosphorus or potassium. ठीक है. So there are different nutrients which are important for plant, right? So we will say them essential only if they are, if they are deficient and it leads to a failure of plant life cycle, तो ये important होगा. ठीक है. नाइट्रोजन की अगर हम deficiency से plant life cycle complete नहीं कर पा रहा है, then it will fall under the criteria of essential plant nutrient. दूसरा कि नाइट्रोजन की डेफिशिएंसी हम किसी और न्यूट्रिएंट से के सप्लाई करने से नहीं पूरी कर पा रहे हैं, अगेन दैट विल, नाइट्रोजन विल फॉल अंडर द एसेंशियलिटी ऑफ प्लांट न्यूट्रिएंट. ठीक है. तीसरा है कि नाइट्रोजन, इफ नाइट्रोजन इज डायरेक्टली इन्वॉल्व इन द मेटाबॉलिज्म एंड न्यूट्रिशन इन प्लांट, सो अगेन if nitrogen fits under these three criteria, it will be considered as essential plant nutrient. Same for phosphorus, same for potassium. ठीक है. So on this basis, the essentiality of plant nutrients was worked, and it was found out that there are few nutrients which are very important for plant. ठीक है. And all these plant nutrients were categorized into different group. अब इन plant nutrients को different groups में रखा गया, जैसे कि basic nutrient, macronutrient, micronutrient and beneficial nutrients. ठीक है. So now let us understand what all are these group of nutrients as well as कौन से nutrients इन groups में आते हैं. ठीक है. So first let us understand about basic nutrients. So students, basic nutrients क्या है? Basically we know that all the organic matter, or all the organisms, all organisms are made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, right? We are made up of these things. So these are basically the basic nutrients जिससे एक organic और एक organism बना है, right? So carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are basic nutrient, ठीक है, which plant get from air or water, right? Source of carbon, hydrogen is atmosphere, right? Source of water, again, a source of oxygen is water, right? So all these things are basic nutrients. Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are basic nutrients and they are involved in basic structure of plant, right? Now other nutrients are divided into three categories: primary, secondary, then we have macronutrients, we have micronutrients and we have beneficial nutrients, right? Now students, your macronutrients, ठीक है. So what are macro and micronutrients? First let us understand. Macronutrients are basically those nutrients which are required in large quantities, जिनकी requirement थोड़ा ज़्यादा होती है plant में, they are called macronutrients. जिनकी requirement कम होती है, they will be called as micronutrient. They will be put under the group micronutrients, ठीक है, based on the amount of nutrient required by plant. अब जो आपके macronutrients है, they are also further classified into primary and secondary nutrient. ठीक है. Further your macronutrient has been classified into primary and secondary nutrient. और आपको याद रखना है कि प्राइमरी न्यूट्रिएंट के अंदर आता है आपका नाइट्रोजन, फॉस्फोरस एंड पोटेशियम. very important. ठीक है. योर NPK falls under primary nutrients under macronutrient category and secondary nutrient आते हैं आपके कैल्शियम, मैग्नीशियम एंड सल्फर. ठीक है. these are your secondary macronutrients. clear? Next we have is micronutrients. Micronutrients are required in small amount, I have already told you, and the nutrients that comes under the group of micronutrients is boron, chlorine, copper, iron, manganese, molybdenum, zinc and nickel. So you have to learn all the nutrients that are under your micronutrients and nutrients that are under your macronutrients. Clear? Now students, apart from micronutrients and macronutrients, we have some beneficial nutrients as well. Now these beneficial nutrients, they are not directly involved in plant growth or development, but they are, if they are present, if they are present, so what they will do, they will improve the growth, they will improve the disease resistance or stress resistance in plant, or they will improve the quality of plant. Okay, so basically they are called beneficial nutrient, means they are not directly involved in the metabolism or something, but if they are present in plant, they will add some kind of a benefit to the plant. So that's why they are called beneficial nutrient. And the beneficial nutrients are selenium, silicon, cobalt and sodium. Now I'll give you the example. If this silicon is present in rice, see, we have rice. In the rice, the stem of rice, in the stem of rice, silicon is present to provide that sturdiness to the rice stem, right? And also it help in disease resistance in rice. So this silicon, though it is not directly involved in any kind of metabolism of rice, but if it is present, it is providing something to the rice. It is providing sturdiness to the rice, as well as it is providing disease resistance in rice, right? So hence this silicon is beneficial nutrient that is present in rice. Clear? So I hope now all these nutrients are clear to you. Let me revise it for you. So first we have is basic nutrient, in which carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are there. ठीक है, basic है, which is derived from air and water. Then we have macronutrients and micronutrients. Under macronutrients we have two categories: primary nutrients and secondary nutrient. Primary nutrients में we have nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. In secondary nutrients we have calcium, magnesium and sulfur. And all these macronutrients are required in larger amount, hence they are called macronutrients. Then we have micronutrients on other hand, which are required in less amount. An example or the nutrient fall under micronutrient category is boron, chlorine, copper, iron, manganese, molybdenum, zinc and nickel. ठीक है? Then we have some other beneficial nutrients, and the nutrient are selenium, silicon, cobalt and sodium. Clear? So these are your all nutrients that are required for plant growth. Now let us understand role of these nutrients one by one. ठीक है? So first we have basic nutrient, which include your carbon, oxygen and hydrogen. Now as I've told you, these are basic, means the plant body is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, right? So first if I talk about carbon, so carbon is a basic molecular component of carbohydrate, protein, lipids and nucleic acid. In all these things carbon is found, right? Then again coming to oxygen. Oxygen is somewhat like carbon, okay, that occur in organic compound. So again it is part of organic compound, right? Then again hydrogen, again it is part of organic compound. Also it is important in ionic balance and main reducing agent, and also it has role to play in some energy relation in some reactions. ठीक है? So basically the thing is, your carbon, oxygen and hydrogen, they are basic compounds or components of minerals that is there, that is found in the basic structure of plant. ठीक है? For the basic structure of plant. So यहाँ पे आपको सिर्फ ये याद रखना है कि कार्बन, ऑक्सीजन और आपका हाइड्रोजन जो है वो बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. जितने भी आपके कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स हैं या फिर प्रोटीन्स हैं, लिपिड्स हैं, ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड्स जो दैट आर फॉर्म्ड इन द plant, they are comprised, they are formed from carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, right? Now the most important nutrients that you have to learn for your examination are now coming, right? तो अब ये आपको याद रखना है. अब जो हम nutrients discuss कर रहे हैं, and their role are very very important for your examination, क्योंकि यहीं से questions आते हैं एग्जाम में. ठीक है? तो सबसे पहले important nutrient है नाइट्रोजन. मैक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स में भी प्राइमरी मैक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स, your नाइट्रोजन, phosphorus and potassium. अब let's see what is the role of these nutrients in plant. So students, नाइट्रोजन की अगर बात करें, so नाइट्रोजन का रोल होता है basically it imparts green color to the plant. ठीक है? So basically you might have seen that if after applying urea, which is a nitrogenous fertilizer, the crop become lush green, right? So why that happens? Because nitrogen is added to the soil. So when there will be more nitrogen, the plant will be more and more green, right? But again we should apply nitrogen in optimum amount. एक optimum amount में ही nitrogen देना होता है, क्योंकि अगर हमने ज़्यादा nitrogen दे दिया, excess of nitrogen हो जाएगा, तो plant will become more succulent. ठीक है? It will become more फ्रेजाइल एंड इंसेक्ट्स विल इजीली अटैक ऑन द प्लांट, बट एक ऑप्टिमम अमाउंट में हमें नाइट्रोजन देना है। एंड नाइट्रोजन का काम क्या होता है? नाइट्रोजन इम्पार्ट ग्रीन कलर टू द प्लांट, ठीक है। ऑल्सो स्टूडेंट्स इट इज अ कंस्टिट्यूएंट ऑफ प्रोटोप्लाज्म ऑफ क्लोरोफिल, ठीक है। क्लोरोफिल में भी के प्रोटोप्लाज्म में नाइट्रोजन होता है, ठीक है। सो दिस इज द फंक्शन ऑफ नाइट्रोजन। नेक्स्ट वी हैव इज फॉस्फोरस। सो स्टूडेंट्स फॉस्फोरस का मेन काम होता है एटीपी में। एटीपी क्या है? एडिनो ट्राई फॉस्फेट, राइट। So it is basically the energy currency. Energy currency क्या है? So when the metabolic reactions happen, energy is formed. किस फॉर्म में बनती है? एटीपी की फॉर्म में बनती है, राइट। सो एटीपी में पी क्या है? फॉस्फोरस, ठीक है। सो इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, मोस्ट एसेंशियल फंक्शन एज एनर्जी स्टोरेज एंड ट्रांसफर ऑफ एनर्जी, ठीक है। इट इज अ कंपोनेंट ऑफ एटीपी, एक्ट एज एनर्जी करेंसी। तो बेसिकली phosphorus is important for energy, right? Next we have is potassium. So students, potassium is a nutrient that provide disease resistance in plant, ठीक है। It also help in osmotic and ionic regulation, and also it help in stomata regulation. Stomata क्या है? It is a opening on the leaf of plant, और उसके through gases exchange होता है। So उसका जो opening and closing है, that is regulated by potassium. Clear? So I hope now role of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium is clear. Moving on to other important nutrients. So then we have calcium. So students, calcium is basically involved in cell division, ठीक है। Also it has major role in maintenance of membrane integrity. जो plant cell की membrane होती है, the integrity of this cell membrane is maintained by calcium. Clear? Calcium also activates certain enzymes, so it has its role in enzyme activation also, ठीक है। सो कैल्शियम का रोल क्या है? सेल डिविजन में हेल्प करता है, इट मेंटेन द इंटीग्रिटी ऑफ सेल वॉल, राइट, सेल मेम्ब्रेन। ऑल्सो इट एक्टिवेट सम एंजाइम्स। देन टॉकिंग अबाउट मैग्नीशियम, मैग्नीशियम इज अगैन a very important component of chlorophyll, ठीक है। तो मैग्नीशियम के लिए ये याद रखना है कि इट इज अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट component of chlorophyll, एंड यूजुअली मैग्नीशियम से यही क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है, ठीक है। देन वी हैव सल्फर। नाउ स्टूडेंट, जो सल्फर होता है दैट इज वेरी एसेंशियल फॉर योर ऑयल सीड एंड पल्सेस, बिकॉज इन ऑयल सीड इट इंक्रीज द ऑयल कंटेंट एंड इन पल्सेस इट इंक्रीज protein content. So this sulfur is very important for oil seed and pulses crop. Clear? I hope now it is clear to you what is the role of sulfur, magnesium and calcium in plant. Next we have is iron. So iron is basically a component of many heme and non-heme enzymes, okay. Also it act as oxygen carrier, we know, right? Iron carries oxygen. So this is the role of iron in plant. Then we have zinc. Zinc is again essential component of several dehydrogenase and peptidase, including carbonic anhydrase, alcohol dehydrogenase, ठीक है। It is required for the biosynthesis of hormone. It is very important regarding zinc that zinc है, it is a part of various enzymes and it help in activation of various enzymes, but it is required for the synthesis of plant hormone. तो ये आपने याद रखना है। देन वी हैव मैग्नीज। सो मैग्नीज इज बेसिकली अ कोफैक्टर ऑफ एंजाइम दैट फंक्शन एज पार्ट ऑफ सर्टेन एंजाइम सिस्टम। अगेन इट इज अ part it is a cofactor of enzyme, means it help in activation of enzymes, that is the role of manganese. Then we have copper. Copper again it is a constituent. Copper is a constituent of many important enzymes, ठीक है। So this is the role of copper, manganese, zinc and iron. Talking about boron, again very important and very often asked also. So boron is important for your pollen germination in plant and it is necessary for sugar translocation. Very very important, ठीक है। आपने ये दोनों चीज याद रखनी है। जो बोरोन है प्लांट में, that is important for pollen germination, pollen के germination के लिए important है और sugar के translocation के लिए important है, ठीक है। Then we have molybdenum, again a very important nutrient because it is important in nitrogen fixation, ठीक है। So basically it is an important component of nitrate reductase as well as nitrogenase, ठीक है, which is N2 fixing enzyme. So it is very important, it play very important role in nitrogen cycle and help in nitrogen fixation in pulses, ठीक है। ये आपने याद रखना है। Molybdenum is very important part of nitrogen cycle and help in nitrogen fixation in pulses, ठीक है। Then we have chlorine. So chlorine is essential for photosynthesis, okay, and as an activator of enzyme involved in splitting of water. जो water की splitting होती है, ठीक है, जब photosynthesis होता है तो water need to be split down into hydrogen and oxygen ion, ठीक है, so that splitting of water is facilitated by chlorine, ठीक है. It absorbs chlorine form, it is absorbed in chlorine form, Cl form, ठीक है. It also function as in osmoregulation of plant in saline soil. तो मतलब ये जो saline soil में plant में osmoregulation का भी काम करता है, ठीक है, osmoregulation में भी help करता है. Then we have nickel. Nickel is a component of some plant enzyme, ठीक है, it is a part of plant enzyme. Most important, urease, clear, which metabolize urea nitrogen to unstable ammonia within the plant, ठीक है. So basically nickel is the part of plant enzyme and the most important urease one, ठीक है. So this is a part of your this is a function of your nickel, chlorine, molybdenum and boron. So I hope all these things are clear, and in this there is nothing that need to be understood. You have to just learn the function of all these enzymes, ठीक है. Now let's solve these questions. So for question is, which of the following is our major nutrient? It is talking about macronutrient, right? So options are potassium, nitrogen, phosphorus, all of the above, none of the above, and we have discussed that NPK are your major nutrients or macronutrients. So answer will be all of the above, right? Chalo. Next question is, which element is a basic component of protein and impart green color to the plant? I have discussed about this. Which nutrient is involved in imparting green color to the plant? And also it is a part of protein. So options are nitrogen, potassium, molybdenum, boron. Answer will be option A, nitrogen, right? So I hope it's clear. Potassium was involved in disease resistance, molybdenum was involved in nitrogen fixation, and boron was involved in pollen germination as well as your sugar translocation, right? Chalo. Next question is, which of the following nutrient is useful for the thickening of cell wall? ठीक है. So options are sulfur, calcium, potassium, magnesium, both A and B. I have told you, thickening of cell wall, maintaining the integrity of cell wall, ये किसका काम था? It was the role of calcium. Clear? Answer will be calcium. Next question is, which of the following is a macronutrient? ठीक है, which of the following is a macronutrient? So answer here will be, the question was, which of the following is not a macronutrient? ठीक है, not a macronutrient. This was the question. So we know nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, these are macronutrients. So answer will be none of the above, right? Chalo. Now coming to this question which was asked to you in your 2024 examination. What is the role of calcium in plant life cycle? You have given structural stability of cell membrane, neutralize organic acid, constituent of chlorophyll. So students, we have understood that calcium is important for maintaining structural integrity of cell membrane, right? It neutralizes organic acids, right? ये काफ़ी enzymes में involved होता है, but it is not constituent of chlorophyll, right? So answer here will be option B, only 1 and 2. Clear? So I hope now you were able to solve all these questions with me, and you have understood what are the different roles of different nutrient in plants, right? So that's all for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you're new to our YouTube channel, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I hope you have enjoyed the lecture. If you have, do let me know in the comment section. That's all for this. Thank you so much.